What's going on, boys, and welcome back to the channel. I am going to keep the intro short and sweet because we have a ton of work to do today. I need to get this car finished up. I need to hear this thing spool up. I'm going to warn you now, this might be a two-part video. It might be a two-part video. We got a long laundry list of things to do. We got to put oil in the car. We got to put coolant and bleed it. We got to wire in the boost gauge. We got to wire in the E-fan. We have to plumb the wastegate vacuum line, blow-up valve vacuum line, boost gauge vacuum line. We have to get that one intercooler pipe cut and re-welded so it fits, and then tighten up the intercooler system. And then we need to do an oil drain line to the pan, and I also have to put the pan on, put the downpipe on with the gaskets. I should have everything in theory to start this car today, as long as the intercooler piping refab works out, which it will. Already talked to the fabricator, but we need to get cranking on this thing. First thing I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna do this off camera, I gotta measure and see what kind of vacuum lines I need and turbo downpipe bolts I need. I'm gonna run to the store quick, buy all that stuff. We're gonna come back and start cranking down on this thing because we got a long laundry list to do today. All right, and just like that, we've got two different sizes of vacuum line, lock washers, and coolant. I think we have everything we need to finish this unit today. So without further ado, let's get cranking. All right, boys, here's our little laundry list, and first thing on the list is refab the intercooler pipe, which is that pipe right there. So I'm gonna go mark off. I think we need to shorten it about an inch. If we need to go more, we can go more, but we can't, you know, go back if we take too much off. So I'm gonna go measure out an inch on that, take that off. Then we should probably install the oil pan and follow the list as it goes, baby. But let's get to work. We got a lot to do. Okay, boys, until I can get this over to my fabricator, we got to move on. Next thing we have to do, install the oil pan. So I got a new creeper, thank God, make my life easier. That out of the way, pull the creeper out, and let's get this oil pan installed, baby. Okay, boys, oil pan's coming off, let's go. We got her off, boys. The oil pan is off. There's the bottom of the B16. Here's the oil pan here. So what we have to do now is I have to scrape the gasket off the mating surface, open the new gasket, and I need to take my magnetic oil drain plug with the fresh crush washer and transfer it to the new oil drain pan, and all should be good. And it does look like they are the exact same pan, so like we should be met. Okay, boys, the oil pan is gasketed and I've put some RTV in the corners. Now I'm gonna crawl under there and chuck this in, and then we'll pick it back up when the oil pan is all finished. Oil pan is on, fresh gasket, RTV'd, torqued down to 9 foot-pounds, which I have an inch-pound torque wrench and it was 108 inch-pounds. All torqued down. Now we're gonna have to go ahead and move on to fastening the turbo down, finishing off building our oil drain, install the oil drain, install the wideband, install the downpipe, yada, yada, yada. But right now I need to take that intercooler pipe over to my fabricator and I'll be right back. Pipe is turned into 2 and it fits. I just need to get my angle grinder and shave a little bit more of this tab off. So we're gonna do that real quick. So we ground down this part on my frame just to clear some intercooler piping. I've got it taped up and marked exactly where I want it. Now let's go back to the fabricator, get him to weld this together, then we can just move on and button this thing up, baby. Okay, fellas, and just like that, what do you know? Fresh weld on the intercooler pipe. Let's test fit it. It fits kind of. It's a really, really snug fit. I think we're gonna be able to make it work. This is the coupler I have, and this is the coupler I just got. So what I'm gonna do, I need a little more length. I'm gonna cut this directly in half. Okay, boys, and just like that, we just need to put the clamps on, but wrap around, that's where we cut and welded there. And if we look in here, there she is, all buttoned up. So I just need to throw a couple clamps on and we should be good to go right there. It is literally touching the exhaust manifold, so I don't really know what to do about that. This header is just so close to everything, it's really hard to navigate. So I'm gonna see what I can do with that, but we got this to finally fit, the dreaded hot side pipe. Okay, now that the intercooler piping does fit, we're gonna go ahead and take the turbo off so we can finish making the oil drain. Once the oil drain's done, we're gonna cinch it onto the turbo and just let it dangle for now until we can hook it up to the pan. And while the turbo's out, I'm gonna cinch up the intercooler pipe as well. So let's get this turbo out of the car. All right, there goes the turbo. Now we can do the oil drain and get the coupler on outside of the car. All right, well, I bought a 90-degree fitting for this, but then I remembered it's a gravity-fed drain. There's not really much pressure out of it. So doing a 90 would just create a flat spot that would probably create a little bit of restriction in drain. So we're gonna stick to the 45. We just have to take our line and see how long it really needs to be, so then I can go ahead and cut it and everything will be good to go. Okay, now that we measured how much of it we want to cut off, let's stick it in the vise, grab the angle grinder, and start chopping. Bingo, bango, bongo, baby. Oil drain, done. And here we have it. Intercooler pipe is on, oil drain is on. Let's go put this on the car and hopefully everything is good to go, boys. Knock on some wood. I'm gonna try and run them up. No way. I just dropped that inside the header. All right, so scratch everything I said about running them up through the bottom. They literally don't fit and they have to be this long to fit. So they're going from the top. Let's get the turbo on. All right, guys, these turbo nuts are vicious, but the turbo is mounted. You know what that means? Feed line on, drain line on, coupler on. Then we're gonna do the wideband, check for leaks. We're making progress here. It's taken forever, but we're getting there. Oil pan is secured. All the bracketry and the inspection plate is back on and secured. The oil feed line, the sandwich plate, filter all look good and are installed. The drain line is now fully installed from the turbo to the drain pan. Like I said, the oil pan's on. Really the only thing I have to do under here, except for put the V-band on the downpipe and tighten up the wastegate screamer pipe, is install our Bosch 4.2 or 4.7 LSU. I don't know. We got to install our AEM wideband. So let's do that, and then we're so close. O2 sensor is installed, boys. Holy moly. I think we're on the final stretch. Knock on wood. Woo! Holy smokes, boys. A lot, and I mean a lot of headway has been made on this car today. We're still gonna keep going for a little bit longer. It's probably gonna be a part 2 video though, but for right now, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't eaten a single thing. I gotta go get some lunch and we'll be right back. Hang tight. Lunch is over. It's time to put the downpipe on the car. fasten up the wastegate with the screamer pipe. Then the exhaust is done, the oiling's done, the O2 is in. We also have to put on that intercooler pipe, that's still off, and then the intercooler is all done. And then it's definitely going to be a part 2. And in part 2, we plumb the vacuum, add the fluids, crank this thing up. For now, let's get this exhaust figured out and the intercooler pipe, and we're set to jet. All right, oil feed line is on, and if you can see down there, intercooler pipe is also on. Looking good, boys. Now let's go ahead, put the downpipe on and cinch up the wastegate, and then part 2 will be plumbing vacuum, filling with fluids, testing her out. It's time to put this heinous downpipe on the beast. Let's see. With the oil drain on, it's gonna be a pain. Maybe I'll go from under. All right, boys, and just like that, the downpipe is installed. I don't know why, like, it seals here perfectly, but then once you get to there, you can see it's not quite fully sealing. Yeah, you can see right there on the turbo housing, there's a good bit of space. You can see through it down, so clearly there's going to be an exhaust leak there. Fairly major one at that. And I don't know, like, it must be the cheap China charger, because this is for sure true, but that's just really, really weird. All right, now it's time to cinch up the wastegate, and once we're done with that, we should honestly be mint and ready to go. Okay, now I gotta crawl under and hit it from the bottom. That is solid. Exhaust, oil, wastegate, O2 sensor. I don't even know. We've done too much today. Intercooler pipe. Holy moly. I was in for a lot more than I bargained for today. Quick recap. Refab the intercooler pipe. Done. Install oil pan. Done. Wire fan. Haven't done. Plumb back lines. Haven't done. Plumb oil drain and check the system. Good. Haven't filled fluids. Installed the downpipe. Installed the turbo bolts. No battery. Installed the wideband. We have got a lot checked off the list. Subscribe now. Turn the notification bell on so you don't miss part 2 when we can finally start the car. And until part 2, I'll see you guys later. Comment, like, subscribe. Sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but I promise it's worth it. And we'll catch you later. Peace.